Alright, what's up YouTube? This is your boy Alex. As you can see, I'm at the park. I'm in the neighborhood. Sometimes I gotta switch it up and not be unpredictable. See, as a YouTube superstar, some people like that, some people don't like it. It is what it is. Sometimes you can't go to the same location too many times. That's even when you become a filmmaker or a film director, you can't always keep going to the same film location because it gets too predictable, it gets boring, and then people start to lose interest in your content because you keep going to the same place over and over and over. That's like not being productive. Now, this is going to be basketball, okay? You're going to get plenty of basketball until the NBA playoffs. Some of y'all miss basketball, so y'all don't mind me talking about sports. And then there's some people who just don't like the fact that I'm on camera talking about sports. It is what it is. Now, these are for Tuesday's matchups, okay? Because there's games today, there's games Tuesday, and there's games Wednesday. And I apologize if you hear a motorcycle in the background. It's a busy street. Busy location. Everybody comes to the park. Ain't nothing I can do about that. You know, if I was at the Grove, you know, I try to go there every once a blue moon. I try to go 2 or 3 times a week and then chill out. All right, today's matchup for Tuesday is going to be the Brooklyn Nets versus the Milwaukee Bucks. This has the implications of these two teams facing off in the first round or second round. This is if we're going by the old system of the NBA. These two teams, they would face each other either in the first round or in the second round. So you're kind of getting a preview to what these two teams are going to display if these two teams faced in the playoffs. Because they want to do West versus West, East versus East, instead of, you know, West versus East in the first and second round. That's what we're used to. Now, you still might see those matchups in the first and second round, and then maybe the third round they change it up. But if they don't and they keep the format, which they might still do, is 60-40, this is going to be a competitive basketball game, okay? I can't say it no better than that. It's going to be competitive. I mean, you're not going to see no blowout. This is the Brooklyn Nets. You got Kevin Durant. You got Kyrie Irving. Now, we know Kyrie Irving is playing. We know Kevin Durant may just sit out and wait for next season. If Kevin Durant does play, it's going to be limited minutes. You know, he might play 20 minutes, and then you may not see him play the third or fourth quarter. If he is playing, it's a surprise. This is going to go back and forth. The first 2 quarters, it's going to go back and forth. It's going to be a shootout. Brooklyn is going to display their offense and their defense in the first 2 quarters. And the Bucks, they're number 1 in the East, okay? This team is got the best record 2 years in a row. And they're determined to prove to the naysayers, the critics, that they deserve to go to the NBA Finals. And if the Bucks can win these basketball games and try to bounce back from losing to the Houston Rockets like they did yesterday, they might be able to go to the NBA Finals. But you got to beat all the best teams to go to a final. So I think the score for this is going to be Nets could win 105-103. I think that's what we're probably going to see. A high-scoring game. You're not going to see no blowout. It's going to be high-scoring game, okay? If the Bucks win, which the Bucks probably might win, it might be 110-108. It's going to be a very high-scoring game. You're not going to get no blowout in this matchup. Like, if you see the Bucks beat the Nets, it's because Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving's not playing in the game or at 100%. If you see the Nets, I almost said the Knicks, if you see the Brooklyn Nets beat the Bucks, is because they are the favorites to win the game. Everyone wants to see the Bucks win, and everybody wants to see the Bucks make it to the NBA Finals and face either the Lakers or the Clippers. And I think the one team, if the playoffs were to start today, the one team that could get in the Bucks' way from doing that, there's only 3 teams. That's the Brooklyn Nets, the Philadelphia 76ers, and of course, let's not forget the NBA world champion, the Toronto Raptors. Those are the only 3 teams in the East that is in the way of the Milwaukee Bucks from going to an NBA Finals this season. So if the Brooklyn Nets win, it's going to be 105-103. If the Bucks win, which I think Bucks probably will win the game, it could be 110-108. You're going to see a high-scoring game. These are 2 teams that are young, okay? These are rebuilding teams. They're young, they're hungry, they're competitive. Both teams want to determine they're the best in the East, And that's what you're going to see in this matchup.